Okay, guys, and we are back. So let's get into it. How many of you are lying? Only one person who can wait. But we go through this. All right, so we have 6 of you all. Let's go. Right, so we were talking about our business plan. And we were in the contents. We spoke about executive summary and vision and mission. We spoke about your goals, and then the 4 P's of marketing. I hope you all can remember the 4 P's of marketing. And what does the 4 P's of marketing do? What does the 4 P's of marketing do? What does the 4 P's of marketing do? Only one person got the answer last week, and let me see if anyone else this week can get the answer. The 4 P's of marketing. And another question, what are they? What are the 4 P's of marketing? What does the 4 P's of marketing do? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me? Place helps. Karina, you are on point. Very good. The 4 P's of marketing helps to position your product. Vasudeva, place, product, price. Yes, Dylan, positioning. Celine helped Vasudeva with the last one, promotion. So the 4 P's, place, product, price, promotion, and all of these help to position your product. And your product would be, yes, Faraz, correct. Good. So all of these help to position your product or your service in the market. All right, good. So you're going to have that in your business plan. Looking at industry competitors, strategies to decrease competition and ensure success, type of services that you're going to offer, type of services would feed in from your goals, your SWOT analysis, who is on your management team, what are their qualifications, what expertise do they bring to the table, your sources and uses of startup funds, how you're going to get your money, who you're approaching for your money, financial projections for the first year. And remember, we were asking if the diagram at the table that's below, if it could be year or month, year or years or the first year. So yes, it can be the first year, but depending on the size of the project, depending on how you plan to manage the project, it can be years as well. So you can do financial projection for the first 10 years if it's a huge project. You can do financial projections for the first year if it is that you think within the first year your strategies can show you can move from loss, break even, profit in the first year, no problem, that's fine. Your monthly expenses timeline or your yearly expenses timeline, as the case may be, profit and losses for the first year or the first 10 years, as the case may be, that's fine, and your references. So, and then the executive summary went on into detail about all of what we just said in the table of contents and what we just discussed. Um, you know, ensure that your business plan has sufficient detail for being influential to your potential investor, whether be it the bank manager you're talking with or other potential independent investors that are willing to jump on board. I remember last year one group did an excellent presentation. I was ready to sign on the dotted line. At the end of your business plan, you should have the confidence to know that someone who's looking on, if they can, will be ready to sign on the dotted line. And at least your business plan, at least to the very least, should encourage further discussion. All right. If it can't reach that final signing agreement for financing, at least it'll reach to further discussion. Okay. So you go through the entire document and you will see nice examples of how this business plan was done. Right, everything is pretty straightforward. You can refer to this when you are doing your own business plan. As I said, you can do it as for first year, you can do it for first 10 years. It all depends on what how's the size of your business. It all depends on what your strategies are, and what you think your strategies can produce. All right. And that's it. That's it for your business plan. Pretty straightforward. Pretty well. I wouldn't say straightforward, but it's an enjoyable exercise that you can go through. You will help. You will learn a lot as you progress into transitioning from a student into the working world, and transition from being a worker, transitioning from being a worker to being entrepreneur. Dylan is asking, do we need to elaborate for the management team section? No, your management team section simply says, I have this person as my CEO. He comes with this qualification and this experience. Or you don't have to put experience, but you could put his achievements. This is how management resumes are done. And it's not a resume, but it's a snapshot of the management or your team. It doesn't have to only be managers. Your staffing component of your business plan could have your management team, your technical team, your management team, technical team, and you can talk about the achievements and the accomplishments and the capabilities of your technical team in maybe 2 3 lines. You can talk about the qualifications and achievements of your management team in 2 or 3 lines. That's what we wanted, Dylan. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Right, so let's get to your first in-course exam. Can someone remind, let me see if I can get it on email, but if someone can remind me what the first in-course exam was. Just 1 minute, right? Yes, guys. Yes. Anyone can remember what the questions were? Okay. Transfer. What does the add? and what does add and chances are DEP is a depreciation. Let me just confirm in it. Let me just confirm in the table. Yes, advertising. Ad is for advertising, and DEP is depreciation. And as let me see who asked this question. Karina, what type of depreciation is that? Since you asked, this is for Karina. Since Karina asked, the AD is for advertisements. You're spending money to advertise, yes. And what's the DEP? The DEP is depreciation. Karina, since you asked the question, what type of depreciation is shown on that table there? I'm waiting on your answer while I look at these questions, right? Karina, I'm not getting the answer. Karina, what type of depreciation is that shown on the table that you asked about? Karina. Okay. Um, Differentiate between a goal and a plan. Discuss in a paragraph or a diagram the levels of goals and plans in organizations. So you have a definition there from your lecture, from your slide 5. That's a small definition, but I would have expected you to not repeat ad lib because Dr. Marad said no plagiarism. So I would hope that I see in your own words what is defined as a goal, what can be defined as a plan. And goals are future design, based on the lecture, the future desired states that the organization attempts to realize, and the plan is the actual blueprint. So the goal is the overall objective, and the plan is the steps involved in getting that objective. And that's how I would want you to answer that question. And the next part is using a diagram. Would be slide number 6. Slide number 6 would help, would be good. So to demonstrate, this is the slide I was looking at with the question. Looking at how your goals, your strategic goals, your tactical goals, and your operational goals, and explain accordingly. All right, so that was for question 1. Not sure. So that's straight line, Karina. Straight line. Yes, it's straight line depreciation because you notice the depreciation expense is the same every single year, every single month. Sorry. All right. So it's straight line depreciation. Okay, Melissa, would that still be plagiarism? If we, in particular, plagiarism. When you're talking about plagiarism, is copy and paste without quotation, right? Um, and in an exam, you can't copy and paste the exact same words in the exact same format and just put a quotation. Lecture done by Mr. Munan and Dr. Maraj in July 2020. No. So you have to read the slide, understand the slide, and put it in your own words. And I told you the main things that I just said. A goal is a overall objective. The goal is the overall position you want to be. It's a point of reaching something or somewhere, and the plan is telling you exactly how you are going to get there. So let's just say the goal is to reach to Maracas by 10 a.m. What's the plan to reach the Maracas for 10 a.m.? The plan would include packing the night before, ensuring all is ready the night before, ensuring that we have an idea of what we're going to eat on the morning, so nothing would be delaying us from reaching for 10 a.m., leaving home at a certain time, um, getting everybody on the team ready for the certain time. So that's an example, a real life example, an enjoyable example of a goal of reaching somewhere, Maracas, at 10 a.m. And what's the plan to get there? I hope you understand. Okay. So you can use you. I hope you would have used creative examples to show the difference between a goal and a plan. Good. Next question. Explain management by objectives and give three advantages of its use. So management by objectives would have been in that same in the same lecture, right? The MBO process. Management by objective is very similar. It's very similar to project management because it's a much more focused thing. It's a much more focused um, it's a much more focused type of management. You're dealing with certain specific objectives. So that's why I say you can align it with project management. And the other part of the question was um, three advantages of its use. So you can use any three from the slide as slide number 17. Well, I mean this would be straight out from the slide, but putting it in your own words would have been good as well. But the benefits are on your left hand side. And the third question, or was it just two questions? Oh, what Faraz, was it just two questions? I can confirm with my email to Dr. Marajan and see what I sent him. Confirm for me it was just two questions, please. What exactly did you want in the diagram? Well, the diagram didn't have to be a triangle. The triangle just really helps to give it some context. It didn't have to be triangle, but the information essentially of your strategic, tactical, and operational feeding from the mission statement. It could have been the other way. It could have been upwards. That's fine. The hierarchy of it coming down is because it's traditional, but you could have used arrows to point in direction as well. That would have been fine. Right. So, guys, was it just two questions alone? Okay, it was just two questions. Okay, good. Right. So I'll just confirm that it was just two questions. So that was essentially it for your exam, your first in-course exam. Um, your second in-course exam is, yes, only two. Just confirming for the business plan that we are using a tax at 25%. Yes, that's like a pretty standard amount of corporation tax and as well as PAYE, pay as you earn. About the business plan, should we keep it within a certain budget, like 350,000 example? You can do your budget based on your vision, guys. Let this be an opportunity for you to experiment with envisioning. Let it be an experiment with your ideas. Let it come to the fore. I want your ideas to come to the fore, not just being dreams, but being things that can be attainable, smart, being things that can be actually realized. So dream, dream, and you create. If you want to be innovative, if you just probably want to improve on something that's there, you do it to your liking, to your budget. If it is you have a large budget, then I hope you can explain in your business plan how you plan on going about getting your funding, but I am not setting any limits on anyone. All right. Experiment with this and dream and create. This is where your entrepreneurial skills, I want to try to encourage it and mold it some more. Allow you to be one of an innovative thinker, critical thinker, creative thinker. All right. So Dylan, so the business plan, you work with whatever budget you want. Make sure that you can hopefully get financing for it, because that would be a real stumbling block. Don't give me a business plan that requires $2 million and it's weak in that the bank, it doesn't look realistic, and the bank not going to be interested, or your investors not going to be interested. Or you could go ahead and tell me it's a $2 million business plan, but you already have investors like classmates or parents. That's fine. Parents are fine. They're equity investors. They may not have it may be their donation. We could call it a donation, not as necessarily an equity investor. So that's it. Your questions for next week exam would be on strategic marketing planning, the balance scorecard, and your BCG matrix. So I'm going to do 3 questions next week that will cover one from each topic. All right? 3 questions, one from each topic. And your Vasudeva, you wanted to talk about the final exam in the last live stream. Your final exam, let me pull it up now so I can. You all don't see what's on my screen, right? I don't think so. Let's confirm that. Sarah, unfortunately, no. But there's actually a way. There is a way. Okay, good. Yeah, Reese, good one. There's actually a way. I think even with the Cisco WebEx, lots of responses from everyone now. But when I asked questions earlier, silence for minutes, 2 minutes, but lots of responses on if you can see the exam. I like that. You're being typical students. All right. So next time I have to teach you all, if I ever have to teach you all again, answer with such energy, the same way I'm answering right now about when I asking real questions about the lecture. Okay. So lol, yeah, Firaz, lol. Okay. So your exam. I have in it here. I have I have 25 multiple choice and I have 5 structured questions. I'm not going to give any more details. We have gone through these lectures 4 times already. You, if you've been paying attention, and you have all opportunities to ask me questions directly or in the chat. If it is you want clarification on anything, your exam is going to be enjoyable, just as your first in course was. Your second in course is going to be enjoyable. So it's nothing to be worried about. Once you apply yourself, how many days do we get to do the exam? I don't know. I don't know. That's something that you that's with Blackboard and my e-learning, right? Dr. Maraj will have to give details. Any I thought dates for finals were already done. I saw. I think Caleb talk about dates for finals. Let me see. We are in. So Caleb, I think Caleb said that we had to stop teaching by Friday the 7th. And I think finals would have started. I saw someone post that in the group. Let me check. Hold on, let me check. Okay, I'm not seeing anything about dates in the community group. Maybe it's in another group, but you all could confirm with your class rep. I am not sure when the dates for the final exams are, but the final exams were already submitted since last week, since week before actually, the week of the 17th. So, but it should be your exams should be. I'm suspecting your exams may be in the week of the 10th or the week of the 17th. I don't think it might be later than that. All right. Good. How many days? But so you all will have to confirm with Dr. Maraj about how we all are going about to do the exam. Any more questions for me, guys, before we wrap things up today? We have no more teaching. I hope everyone would have enjoyed the content. I hope I tried my best to be as interactive as I can, given the limitations of you just seeing me and I just being able to chat with you all on the side. I would, face-to-face interaction is always better. But with the restrictions, we understand, and I really hope I hope let me send this to you all. I hope I was able to introduce management to everyone. I hope also that this may have spurred interest. So you. I also hope. Thanks, Sarah. I'm happy to know that the classes were fun. I really hope that it was interesting. Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. But I know you all will have the course assessment to done to get done, the lecture assessment as well. So please do them. I also hope that your perspective on things is now wider. So I hope with the management courses that you all would have done would now widen your scope, widen your perspective. So you'll not be looking at your organization from the perspective of pharmacist glasses, scientist glasses only. You are looking at it from management glasses, which is overall looking at the organization from above, right? I hope that you can now appreciate when things don't go a certain way, not only in pharmacy school or in Mount Hope or in university, that you look at it from a management perspective so you can understand what happened, you can understand the problems, you can understand the potential solutions. I hope that when you go into a business place, whether be it for a good or for a service, that you can recognize some of these management techniques being employed. You'll be able to understand better why problems occur, and how you can solve the problems, and how these organizations are being effective and efficient. I hope also that some of you got bitten with entrepreneurial right? I hope that some of you have been bitten with the entrepreneurial buzz to to and be interested in not just opening your own pharmacy, but to be interested in being an entrepreneur altogether. You may not you could start being an entrepreneur with food. You can be an entrepreneur with construction, whatever your passion is. Remember, you might be trained as a pharmacist, and that's your first degree. You're a pharmacist. Fine. Right? That's your professional qualification. But we all know in today's world that the managers of companies, they have professional qualifications, but they never did any management training from Form 5 on university. They obtained an MBA, and they marry their MBA with their professional degree, and they are excellent managers. So I hope some of you would have enjoyed your classes. I'm glad to see that, yes, you all enjoy the classes. I'm hope that it really can open your mind some more, and I hope that it can position you to get yourself good jobs and to perform and function well in your new jobs. All right. So that's it. I would have covered lectures. I would have reviewed lectures. I would have discussed your first in course. Your second in course will be next week, Monday. I will not be discussing that one. Unless you all want to, we can arrange for a class. You all just tell me, and we can arrange for maybe a hour, half hour. That's no problem. Your exam grades will be up by Friday, and your final exams should be in the week of the 10th or the week of the 17th. All right. So if that's all, thank you all very much. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have a great August. Um, and I wish you all the very best if I don't see any of you in other classes. Okay. So take care. Have a great life. All right. So that's it for me. Have a good evening, guys. Take care. See you guys soon. All right, Faraz. All right, Sarah. Thank you all. Take care.